hailing from the United Kingdom, now kind enough to join us. Let's see what he has to say. There he is, Michael Venom Page. Hello, MVP. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you as always. Oh, look at that shirt. It's very apropos for today. OF,
Yeah.
it's Monday. I love it. I love this. Okay, so, I was told by I'm being 100% transparent here. I was told by your manager agent, Adi Attar, that you have some news to share. And so I feel like we shouldn't beat around the bush. Let's get to the news, and then I ask you some questions about the news. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Um, so I am currently unemployed.
Congratulations. What does that mean?
So I'm officially, I think it hasn't happened for me since like the second after my second fight. I'm officially a free agent now.
Wow.
No longer with Bellator at the moment. So just exploring this space currently.
Okay, this is huge. Let me ask you, when did you become a free agent?
Quite recently. So last like a couple of months back, we were trying to organize, get a fight going, and then just time had run out, contract wise. So, spoke to Bellator, speaking to the management team, and I was just like, I do want to explore this space just to see. For me, it's more. I just want to see what I'm valued at. I want to see my worth.
And we've talked about this a little bit in the past, contract stuff, happiness, what you're worth, all that and more. Would you say that this is something that you specifically wanted to do, or were you convinced, like when you had your last Bellator fight, did you say, all right, there's a chance this could be it for now and I'm going to explore, or is this something that just kind of came up recently?
No, it's something that came up because, to be fair, we wasn't. To be fair, I hadn't really been paying attention to the time I had left on the contract, and I think that there obviously just been a lot of stuff happening, even on Bellator side, because normally they're quite sharp on that as well.
Mm.
But then when we were talking about, the next, what I'm going to be doing next couple of fights, obviously the goal is to go back for that belt. That Amosov fight looks really good. So I was like, yeah, let's figure out how we're gonna get there. And looking at everything, we're like, oh snap, well, we need to kind of renegotiate first anyway. So then we kind of sat down. I was like, it kind of puts us in a different position now. So what do you want to do? And then obviously thinking about it, I was like, I think it's time for me to just explore what else is out there. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna go back with Bellator. It just means I want to see, what other people think of MVP, how other people value MVP, and what I bring to the cage, what I bring to an arena, what I bring every time I turn up. So yeah, it's just it's like I said, it's an interesting time for me now.
Oh, yes, extremely interesting. Your last fight in Bellator was in March. Was this one of those contracts where they could have gotten another fight in by X amount of time, but because that time elapsed, you became a free agent?
Exactly that. So, but I think all of us missed it. Weirdly enough, I think it's just one of those ones that we just all missed. It was an exciting, quick fight. There
Yeah.
was a lot of, I was actually eager to try and get something going again. Um, Obviously, they were sorting out their own shows and getting that in place. But nobody really looked at contracts until we actually was like, okay, what's the next move? And it was, I think it was Audi or one of the guys in the team was like, oh yeah, you're up. So, like I said, it just put us in an interesting situation to kind of, for me to make a decision on where to go or what to do next kind of thing.
Um, yeah, I mean, obviously to the public, I don't think anyone knew this. I didn't see this reported anywhere. Have you guys already started to tell other promotions, or does no one know?
We have to come to you first, Ariel, man.
Come
You already
on.
know
Come on. All the MMA promotions watching right now probably hitting you or Audi up as we speak. Well, this is very
this.
interesting. Free man.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. How does it feel?
definitely. Like I said, it's a new space for me. It's not something that I've never been in this place. Outside of it was my second fight, and that's when Bellator, first was interested in me, and I was getting interest from a few other shows at the time. But since obviously signing with Bellator, I've kind of never looked back, and I've had a great ride. I've enjoyed that journey, and like I said, it doesn't mean the journey stopped here. It just means I'm just having a look
Yeah.
at other.
Everyone deserves that. Everyone deserves to know what they're worth. It's fun to
Yeah,
test the waters. Even if you jump back into the same pool in the end, it's fun to know
mm,
what's out there. Do
yeah,
you think this is a product, the whole thing of like missing when the contract was going to end? You know, they're in a bit of a transitional period now. We don't really know what's going to happen.
yeah.
Do you think this was a product
Mm.
of that? There's some other stuff going on with a potential sale.
Yeah, because like I say, they're normally a lot sharper on that, and even usually when you've still got a few fights left, they're already talking about what the progression is. So I think there's a lot going on in the back office with their potential transition as well, and new owners and so on and so forth. So yeah, I definitely feel like they kind of missed something there. Um, but yeah, like I think things happen for a reason, in my opinion. I think it all happened for me to be able to have this space now and to make this decision to actually, say to myself, okay, cool, let me explore the waters, the MMA ocean, and see what bites.
And wouldn't you know it, in just 5 days' time at the O2 in London, the UFC is in town. You know what has to happen. Are you going to turn up over there? Are you going to be there in the front row checking out the?
I'm definitely gonna be there, man. I'm a fan of
Oh,
this. Definitely gonna be
are
there.
you there as a guest, or are you there? Are you showing up on your own? How's this going down?
Yeah, I'm there as a guest.
Oh,
Obviously the Paradigm guys, they got people about, so I'm just gonna tag along with them and then enjoy the show.
do you usually go when the UFC is in town?
Yeah, I went to the last one. It just depends because sometimes I'm fighting. It
Yeah.
depends who's fighting as well. I'm a fan of Tom, so I kind of want to see him now that he's come back. I kind of want to see him perform. So yeah, no, if I can, I will.
Now, can I be honest with you? Can I tell you my feelings on the matter? Um,
Let's go.
It's been a nice run in Bellator, and they've treated you well. And I think you have been for a very long time one of the faces of Bellator. I think about this potential merger with PFL.
Mm,
PFL, if it ends up there, if Bellator and PFL come together, they're doing some nice things in Europe. They have big plans, and obviously you're a very popular fighter over there. I would love to see you in the UFC. I want to see the MVP product in the UFC. I think I would speak for everyone when I say this. They have the London shows. They have a nice stable of British fighters. But even this particular card, they could have used an MVP, if I'm being honest.
yeah,
Like they could, a
yeah,
lot of the fans are upset with the ticket prices. There's no, other than Tom, like some of the big names aren't on it. They could use an MVP.
yeah.
And I think everyone wants to see like just how far you can go in that UFC welterweight division. And
Mhm.
not to put you on the spot, but I feel like in the back of your mind, you've always wondered that as well, correct?
Is this? I'm a person of competition. If there's good competition out there, I always want to. I always see myself, facing these fighters, and like I'd love to know where I'd land. I've sparred some of these guys before, and people don't understand that we don't kiss and tell anyway. But people don't understand that we do a lot of cross sparring, and I have sparred with many of UFC athletes in multiple different divisions. Um, and I kind of know to myself what level I can get to. So yeah, it's definitely something that is going to be in the back of my mind, and it has been obviously from when I first even jumped into the sport. Uh, UFC was the main brand. There wasn't really anything else about. So that's always that was always the goal initially. Obviously, times change, loads of different shows now. Um, but yeah, no, there's some fights over there that would be great to have.
Like what? Can you tell us like top of the list, top three? Like what comes to mind?
um, what comes to mind? There's so many fighters out there. I think I'll leave it to the fans and
Come
see
on.
what would they like to see because I'm interested in it all.
Oh my God. Now I'm starting to think about it. I'm starting to salivate a little bit. Just something fresh. Oh man, look at that welterweight division. They could really use some new blood. I mean, we could even like the obvious is like a Wonder Boy Thompson. But I know you're both
Yeah,
paradigm guys, so they may not want that. Or maybe they would. I don't know.
that's a great fight. It's obviously because both of our styles so similar. He's an amazing athlete. And I've always been pegged, alongside him, even though we've been in two different shows, just because of our styles. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great fight. He's a lovely guy, absolutely amazing person.
You versus
And I'm sure
Michelle
everyone's there.
Pereira, you versus Jack
Oh
Della
yeah,
Maddalena, you versus Ian Gary, just as a like as an intro, right? I mean, those are big time fights.
yeah, definitely. And like you said, I think a fight like that in the UK, I think the fans would definitely have appreciated that one.
Was
So
there
yeah, there's options.
were you looking at what happened to Michael Chandler, the way his star has grown since coming over, and you're like, I wonder if this could happen to me too? Because you guys were like lifers for Bellator for so long. Like, did you look at that and part of you say, like,
Yeah,
man, look how much more popular and bigger he got since jumping over there?
not really. I think he's what he's got is he's because of his work and how talented he is as a fighter. So um, yeah, obviously, again, they are a marketing machine. They are a beast when it comes to the MMA world. They've dominated it for so long. So yes, naturally, having that association is gonna exacerbate your brand. It's gonna really lift anybody that kind of joins. But I've managed to create a lot of noise and not even be a part of it. So I've already known for a long time if I had, if I was to have partnered or I am to have partnered with the UFC, I know it reverberates around the world. So, and then especially once I get into that cage, people are going to realize the level of MVP.
You know, it's a crazy thing. Last May, I remember speaking to you right afterwards. We all watched it when you fought Logan Storley, and I thought you won that fight. If you just
Mhm.
actually watched it, like a naked eye would say, "Oh, he's taking you down," but if you looked at damage, I actually thought you won that fight. If you actually get the nod in that fight, you're still champion. Maybe you can't test the waters, right? Because of the champions clause.
Exactly.
Isn't that a crazy thing?
Exactly. And that's what I say. Things happen for a reason, and I don't like to spend too much time being upset about anything that happens. We all have emotions, so I think it's important to, acknowledge those emotions. So I could be frustrated with that win, but acknowledge it for a specific amount of time, and then get straight back to work. It was supposed to happen that way, and as you say, it definitely wouldn't have happened if had I won that fight.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Now, obviously, you've talked about boxing as well. You have a great affinity. Is this something you're going to explore too? Maybe MMA isn't the next step.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing about the position that I'm in at the moment because I've done so much. I have a lot of options on the table. The boxing guys have been screaming since this whole YouTube thing has kicked off. They've been screaming for me to kind of come back and do boxing and bring my style and entertainment to the boxing world. So I got offers over there. Um, my home is always going to be MMA.
Okay.
So regardless, if I'm able to do MMA and then tap in and out to different things, then I will. But it's definitely MMA for me.
Have you talked to your friend KSI? He's got potentially a big fight coming up in October against Tommy Fury. Any chance you
Yeah.
would consider fighting on that card? That would be a big deal, right?
Yeah. Again, I work quite closely with KSI and his team. So yeah, there's always, we can try and match you up with this, and we can,
Yeah, yeah,
try and
yeah,
do this.
yeah.
That options I think is always going to be available for me. So, and they're very excited for me to be able to, make an appearance there. But nothing in stone yet. No.
Okay. And are you leaning in one direction, like in a particular direction, or one sport over the other? Like, are you leaning in any sort of way at the moment?
Um, Weirdly enough, at first I was like trying to play out everything and almost stressing myself out because I'm like, I feel like this is, I don't want to make the wrong decision if that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
even. And then I was like, I'm in such a great position because of what I've established for myself and the brand that I've created for myself. I'm in a good position with loads of offers on the table. I just need to, whatever resonates with me, the people that the next few conversations and meetings that I'm going to be having, whoever resonates with me, and I go with my energy. If I feel like it's the right thing to do, I'm just going to go with that. And I just think I'm in a position where I've got a few good options on my left and I've got a few good options on my right. So it's a great position to be in.
Hmm. Um, there's also, Big Francis, who we just spoke to. He's got that big event
Yeah,
coming up as well. I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of interesting spots for you, I would say, at the moment.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's a lot happening in the combat world at the moment. So I'm in a good space.
Is there an exclusive or like is there any of that stuff going on? Exclusive matching period, or are you like free? Like, could you sign with someone today? With someone outside of Bellator today?
No, they still have right to match
Okay.
for a little while longer. I'm not sure that I'll leave it to the guys to sort out
Yeah.
the specifics, but they have a right to match period. But that even that stuff doesn't really. But I don't think they're gonna. If I wanted to leave, I don't think I got a good enough relationship with Bellator and the guys. I don't think they're gonna play that card or that game. They'll probably be like, yeah, that's cool. Shake hands. We've done so much great work together. They've allowed me to they've just magnified my being, magnified who I am on their stage, and we've had a great relationship. We've had a couple rocky things in the past, but it's been rectified quite quickly, and I'm very appreciative of them.
If this is the end of your Bellator run, if favorite moment.
Oh, favorite moment. It's between two. I think the most memorable moment, weirdly enough, was yesterday. Was its 7-year anniversary of the cyborg knee.
Oh wow, that's crazy. 7 years?
Yeah,
Holy smokes!
yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
So that yesterday, so that's definitely gonna have to be up there with one of my highest and biggest moments. But also, weirdly enough, I think it was more just the whole occasion, the people that were like present there. Was my fight when I had the Infinity Stones.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I had Chris Pratt randomly turn up. 50 Cent was there. We had so much. The place was just echoing. So much noise in that place. So much like UK faces and celebrities that were around, and I felt amazing that day. And I think my performance showed. Obviously, I didn't get the spectacular knockout, but at the same time, I'm up against Caveman Rickles, that is one of a stupidly tough guy, and I made him quit. So it also made a statement at the same time. So it was that was a magical moment for me as well.
By the way, are you and 50 Cent still friends? I saw you together with him recently. You guys are still
Yeah,
boys?
yeah, yeah.
From that, like
He's
from him sponsoring the tournament and all that, you
Yeah,
stayed
yeah,
friends.
yeah. So when he came over to Bellator, obviously my character was shining, and he wanted to meet me. We've spoken quite a few times since. I'm hoping to do some work with him as well in future. So yeah.
And
Still cool, man.
and what's up with you in DC? I saw you take a picture with him at the gym. Is he teaching you some wrestling? What's happening over there?
To be fair, I'm definitely looking to go back and spend some time with him and the guys at the gym there. But that time, just because I had my fight coming up, I wasn't able to actually get in the class and actually train. But my teammate Norbert Navenyi did, and he was doing some wrestling with the guys, and it was good to kind of just be around it and finally meet. And I've been in the game so long, and I've never actually met him, so that was the
Oh
first time
wow.
we actually met.
I love seeing you with Izzy and stuff, like when you guys were in Florida,
Yeah, man.
celebrating with all the guys. What a scene that was with,
Yeah.
I think, like Chuck and Tito,
Oh,
all those dudes were there. That's crazy,
it
right?
was that was a movie. Seriously, it was a movie. Like the event, him, his performance, going out with him afterwards, spending time with everybody. Like everybody was there. The picture that I took, that everybody just went crazy about, with like all of us in it. And then went to his house, chill afterwards. It was just an amazing time. Amazing time.
Would you ever
And he's
consider training with
such a
him?
cool guy. Oh, 100%. We've already spoken about, yeah, me going over that side and doing some work with the guys over there. So yeah, 100% that's gonna happen.
Oh man, so many options for you. Sky's the limit now.
Yeah,
When would
yeah,
you like
definitely.
when would you like to make a decision by? Is there a time frame in your mind?
No, I'm not in a position where I feel like I need to rush or make any kind of rash decisions. I got a good team around me, and always like to sit down and speak with them about things and play out different scenarios, because I'm a very visual person. So, like I said, I'm in a very good place to just hear options and then sit with it for a little while and then make a decision.
Would you like to fight again this year?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But that's the thing. Even though the focus is obviously the MMA, remember I can still fight in boxing. So, um, or bare knuckle again.
Oh, okay.
I've got options. I've got options. So in terms of performing. I'm 100% going to be performing again. Whether it be in MMA, I'm not sure.
You want to do that bare knuckle thing again?
I don't like losing, so it may happen again.
Oh, you're gonna run it back with Mike.
He'd want to run it back, and I definitely want to run it back. So, I think again, I'm just making stuff up here,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
you know, I'll definitely be up for it.
Any talks yet? Like, have they reached out?
No, well, yeah, obviously I've spoken to Dave a little while back. It's been so busy, and they've been putting on some great shows as well. So it's been busy for him. So I haven't, like I said, I haven't actually made a decision. I'm literally just freestyling right now. But
Yeah, yeah, I like that. I like that.
my family would hate me because like they don't want me to do it
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I had fun.
You never have any damage on your face after a fight, so it was like a little bit shocking to see you.
Yeah, it's different. He not. I think he's had a couple of interviews recently. He's definitely found his place
Yeah.
in bare knuckle. But at the same time, I don't feel like I lost that. So definitely want to run that back.
What's fun about this particular scenario with you is that you're now a free agent, but like you can go 3 different routes. MMA,
Yeah,
boxing, bare knuckle. When usually it's either
yeah.
like one or the other, or maybe 2 out of the 3. So this is going to be a very interesting story to follow. Are you gonna meet with the UFC brass on Saturday? And do you need me there? I could fly. I could jump on a jet or something. Do you need me there for the meetings, or are you good?
I think Audie's, Audie's the main man.
Okay,
He's
all
got
right.
it.
I'm not trying to step on his
He's
toes. I
got
just
it.
didn't know if you need
You,
backup.
you can come and chill though. You could definitely come and chill.
I could fire up. You know, it's the song of the summer. I was just in London not that long ago, and one guy came up to me because he knows that he knows I'm down, and he's like, the song of the summer is "Sprinter" by Dave. What a
Yeah,
song! I can't stop singing that song. I
yeah.
play.
Weird enough, that was actually playing not too long ago.
Is it true? Is it the song of the summer?
It's popping, but at the same time, there's a guy called, I don't know if you know, there's a guy called Jay Huss who has just dropped his album, and his album is fire.
Really?
Like it is,
Is it
yeah,
UK
yeah,
hip
it's
hop? I
everywhere
like
right now.
UK hip hop better than
UK,
American
yeah,
hip hop now.
UK,
UK.
UK.
How
So,
do you spell his last name?
so the HUS, Jay Huss.
Okay. Jay?
You just Jay,
Just Jay.
just Jay, just Jay and Huss.
It's better than
Yeah,
Sprinter? Sprinter is
I'm
fire.
putting you on right now. Trust me,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
putting you on.
Right after the
Yeah.
show, I'm downloading it. Jay Huss. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll give you my full review. This is very
Sweet.
exciting. Frank, we need breaking news music.
Oh yeah.
We should have done that at the beginning. We're a little bit late with the breaking news, 25 minutes later. But nevertheless, exciting news. Thank you for coming on and
Definitely.
sharing it with the world on this program. That means a lot to us. Really, really appreciate it. Good luck. This is fun. Enjoy all of this. This is fun when all the suitors come out and you get to see. Take your time. Don't listen to anyone who doesn't really truly care for you. You don't need me to tell you all this, but you're in a good spot. And I can't. And by the way, just make us a promise. Even if you sign with someone who may not be a fan, when you make the announcement, come back on and tell us about it. All right? Don't just give us the first announcement. You got to get the full.
You already know, man. I've got so much respect for you, man.
Thank you.
Love for you. So
Same here.
I'll be back.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it very much. Congrats and good luck to you, my friend. Can't wait. And I if they show you on TV on Saturday sitting in the front, oh, look who it is. It's MMA superstar. Then we know something is up. So I'll be waiting for that, my friend. Enjoy the show on Saturday.
Take care, man. See you.
There he is, the great MVP with some breaking news. Oh, this is exciting.